Hey now, welcome back to Guy Looking at a Variety webpage and geeking out on it. So, normally I just work with cards. I like working with cards, but I found this morning. This is from September 7th, 2023. 57 episodes ranked. And it's variety. You know, it's not. It's just some probably non-Trek folks doing some nice. Let's just do top 57 episodes. Why not? I want to have fun with it. I don't know where I'm going to go with this, but I want to see their choices. I haven't read these thoroughly. I don't know what the rationale is. I think it's just to have fun. It's in that spirit. Okay, just we don't want debate what the best is. I get it. So we'll just have some fun. Now I looked over the list this morning, which prompted me to say, hey, I tried this for a little bit, and some of what I saw is like, what? That has no business. No business being there. But it's just a fun list, so why not? There's plenty of room under the Trek tent for folks to do editorialize and whatever they want to have their favorites. So every Star Trek episode is somebody's favorite. So that is just awesome to be a part of in the world. How about that? How about we just look at it like that, and then let's just take a look. So everything's up for grabs here, and I'll try not to be crotchety and cranky about it as I look over what's going on. Okay, number 57. Now, I've done a few videos on this. I love Way to Eden. I'm happy to see that it deserves a place in somebody's best of Trek list, because for a couple generations now, it has been just panned. I enjoy the episode. It makes me happy. It's a fun episode to be watching. So awesome to see it. And there you go. In fact, fifth, it shouldn't be the last on the list, man. There's a lot of worst Trek. And maybe it's not. Some of them I'm thinking of, like Take Me Out the Hall Suite. Now, I haven't watched Take Me Out the Hall Suite in a while, so maybe I should give that another chance. Okay, so there's there it is. I'm happy to see it. What can I say? We reach, and so should you. All right, and don't be a Herbert about it either. It's a great time. It's a fun episode. So there we go. That's all. I do the next 10 minutes on Way to Eden. I'm sure I have more Way to Eden trivia, Way to Eden cards, but good to see. Good to see. 56, Terra Prime. I'm happy to see this episode too. As far as I'm concerned, this is the last episode of Enterprise, and it's one of the best. I'll put Terra Prime up there with, and I don't think this one was on the list, but The Forge. All right, that last season of Enterprise had the Vulcan trilogy, and it had the Terra Prime. I think it was just 2 episodes, but those are the best Enterprise episodes. I don't recall The Forge is on this list, but it should be, because that's one of the best. But Terra Prime, great episode. You bring in Peter Weller for this? Now, Peter Weller had a side gig with Manny Coto. Manny Coto was a showrunner on, what was that show Peter Weller was on? Odyssey 5? Odyssey 5. Odyssey something. Maybe it's 5. It was a pretty good show. It didn't last. But I bought the old DVDs and watched it, and I'm like, okay, there's something here. I get it. All right, might watch it again. I don't know. Maybe I'll give that a go. But yeah, Terra Prime. The emotional impact, even though the whole trip into Paul's genetically modified baby thing was kind of out there, but it didn't matter by the end of that, because you saw just a scene that just knock you on your butt between Trip and T'Pol here at the end of the Terra Prime show that really cemented the relationship between these two. And if you're into the books, and I hope this doesn't get ruined, but Trip didn't really die. And this relationship ends as it should. And they spend the rest of their lives together. That's how that relationship ends. So there you go. But yeah, Terra Prime, fine Enterprise episode. Okay, so 55. It's the here's where here's where I kind of go in another direction, and it may be because this stuff is still too new to really take a reflective look at. Even though I'm trying to do that with Discovery now, just working with some Discovery cards. But Prodigy, I have. I'm gonna have to watch it again because here's the thing. Here's the thing with Prodigy where it went off the rails for me. Why is it? It looks like Star Wars. I mean, there's a guy that looks just like General Grievous on the show. That's the big bad of the show. So, as you know, we don't like our Star Wars and our Star Trek to mix. I'm sorry, they're not the same thing. I don't need to be like one of a billion other people that touch on this point, but this is a Star Wars cartoon. I mean, this is like watching Clone Wars. And now I don't mind watching Clone Wars, but no, that's where Prodigy, that's where it loses it for me. And I don't think I finished watching season 2 or see that first half of season. I don't know, whatever the other, maybe this is the first season and it got, I don't know. It was not, I'm trying to be fair. It did not work for me initially. I'm sure I'll have to watch it again, and I will. And I kind of remember this episode because, it's cool. It's fun to just bring in Spock and Crusher, and I think they brought in Scotty and some others and have a mix up, and you see the next gen set again. So, I get the geek out appeal to it. All right, and it's just a list. It doesn't have to be big, but this one would not. And here's another one. Let me be a curmudgeon for a little bit, okay? We've overdone the Kobayashi Maru stuff. Stop it. Stop mentioning it ever again. It was done. That's like most things Star Trek 2, done to death. Stop it. Kobayashi Maru is one of those. Do you remember the Kobayashi Maru coming up at all in TNG? And and if you know an episode where that comes up, put it down there. But Kobayashi Maru should have been off limits to anybody discussing it. I don't recall it much in TNG or Deep Space Nine or any of the Rick Berman stuff. So it's just like everything from Star Trek 2. It just becomes the latent memory of something, and it's that 2009 movie that just no. That's too much. That's kind of the shift where the narrative becomes a meta narrative, and then we're just like the conversation Archer has with T'Pol on top the mountain in the Forge, finding it all very familiar. So episodes like this that just reference, circle the wagons too much, and it just kind of loses its impact. No more Kobayashi Maru, folks. Stop doing it. Maybe a Voyager had it when they were at the Academy. I don't know, but yeah, okay. My initial reaction, But this Star Wars guy and General Grievous, I'm never gonna get it. What's General Grievous doing in a Star Wars show? So that's my problem with Prodigy. Don't miss it. I'm sorry. Maybe my mind will change. I'm always willing to change my mind. I got to work with the gut reaction, and then I got to dialogue with it. But I'm not there yet. I'm just not there yet with this. Okay. All right. And okay, I'm almost getting there, but I don't recall any animated series on this list. So why isn't like a Yesteryear there? Because that was far more impactful than whatever this was. But that could be this grumpy old man. So I want to acknowledge that and move forward. All right. Feel like this was enough, just doing 3, given how I go, and I can see where this might be headed. But I need to have this dialogue with myself. And maybe we should stop it there because then it gets too now stormy weather. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. It's there. It's in front of me. I like this episode a lot because I don't remember the name because hey, why don't you just put episode names? Why did we stop doing that? But that's another story. I love the idea of Zora, the computer, in Disco, and this was a very, very touching episode. and it worked, and it very much deserves to be here. So I'm going to stop at number 54. See if I feel like doing more of these. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. But there you go. What if you have views? Go and share them. Tell me something about Prodigy. What am I missing? I don't want to be that guy, but I'm like, okay, this is clearly not my thing, and it looks too much like Star Wars. But but let's not take away the impact of the other shows on the list. Stormy Weather, maybe it's too low, but this was a good episode too. Okay, next time.